Life happens, mess happens, but what matters most is that you create a space that feels good for you, not a space that lives up to some imaginary standard. Hey there, welcome to my home and to my channel. Today we are starting a series and talking about a subject that I haven't really talked about much here on my channel, and that is cleaning. Even though I do home-focused content, most of my content is focused on seasonal decor and decorating, but I do get a lot of questions from time to time about how do I keep my home tidy with all of the decor that I put out? How do I keep it clean with 4 pups running around? So today I want to start a cleaning series. When spring comes around, I don't know about you, but I always have cleaning at the top of my mind because there's things that I've put off during the winter that I need to tend to this season. I know that is the case for a lot of us. So I thought, you know what? Let's start a new series here on the channel of a few videos where I share with you all the things I do to keep a clean home. So in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you my top 9 tips for keeping my home tidy and company ready at all times. If you clicked on this video, then that's probably what you're interested in. So hopefully 1 or 2 or all of these tips help you in your home as well. I don't believe that there's one right way to clean or keep a home. Everyone's life and routine looks a little different, but these are 9 habits that have helped me personally maintain a clean and orderly home without feeling like I'm constantly cleaning or trying to play catch up throughout the year. So I hope that there's something in here that will be helpful to you too. So let's get into it. Before we clean anything in our homes, we have to make room to clean, and that means dealing with the clutter first. One of my favorite ways to stay on top of the mess is to create little drop zones throughout the house. The way I do this is by taking decorative baskets and placing them in key areas where clutter seems to accumulate. I keep one by the staircase so that I can easily drop things in there instead of on my kitchen counter and then carry it up or to whatever room I need to declutter. I keep one in the living room. We always have a bunch of dog toys around, and it's so much easier to just pick them up throughout the day, put them in this bin, and keep the floor clean. I also keep one in my bedroom for the very same reason. But these baskets are great. I love baskets with handles on them so that I can easily just carry them to and from other spaces, up and down the stairs when I need to put an item back in its place. I'm sure this is not some revolutionary tip that you haven't heard before, but it is one of the key things that keeps my home tidy and clutter-free, so I wanted to share it here today. I would say that my next tip is really the foundation of how I keep things tidy, and that is to do a daily reset. I actually have 2 daily resets each day. I do one in the morning and one in the evening very quickly just to reset my home and make sure that things are tidy either for the day ahead or for the next day. These usually just take me 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes less, just depending on the day and how busy I've been around the house. But my morning reset really helps me set a tone for the day, and my evening reset really helps me close everything out and just get ready for the next day ahead. If we don't set aside time to do it, often with our busy schedules, we just put it off until it overflows, and then it's a whole problem and a much bigger task than it could be. Instead of taking us 5 to 10 minutes, it could take us an hour to clean up the kitchen, and then we're overwhelmed, and then we wonder why everything is always so cluttered. So I do things like tidy up the kitchen, wipe down the counters, fluff pillows and blankets, whatever makes the space feel calm and clean. And usually it doesn't take me long at all, because if I do it twice a day, every day, it hasn't got out of hand yet. When you're trying to get into this habit, I suggest 2 things. 1, set an alarm. Let that alarm go off at the same time every day or a couple times a day that says just quick home reset, and start your reset. Start a timer, set it for 10 minutes, 5 even if that's what you need, and do it that way. I actually still use an alarm and a timer because I've just gotten used to having those things. It's a great way to start setting that habit. My 3rd tip for a tidy home involves weekly cleaning. And the way I do it is I clean by zones. I am not the type of person that wants to take an entire day or half a day out of my week to clean, because I work from home and this is the place I work, I rest, I play. Lines get blurred. And so I feel like if I had to set aside a day to just clean my house, I feel like I'm taking away from my rest time and not my work time and just giving myself more work. I don't know if that makes sense. So I try to break it up into zones, smaller chunks of time throughout the week that make it feel less overwhelming for me. And now that I have this set schedule, I just do it. Now I do have a cleaning service that comes once a month and does a deep clean, but I also still clean my house every single week, and the way I do it, like I said, is in zones. I zone it out by area and by day. I take 1 hour, 3 days out of the week, so 3 hours total. Often it doesn't take me that much time. I just carve that out just in case. On one day, I will focus on the kitchen. Another day is the bathrooms in the home. And then the third day is living spaces. So my bedroom, my office, and my living room. That's how I zone it out. It usually only takes me an hour or less all of those days, and I'm only doing it 3 days out of the week. It just feels so much easier to take small bites out of it like that instead of large chunks. Also, I try to do my cleaning like that in the middle of the week. I do it on Tuesday, Wednesdays, Thursdays. One, because Monday's a really busy work day for me. And then on Friday, I want to end my day and just relax in a clean home. So doing it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays really, really help. I have the weekend to just relax. Of course, I do tidy and I do laundry, but other than that, my house is clean and I'm ready to go. This rhythm makes it feel doable, and I've also found that by using products that I love and I feel good about in my home makes it more enjoyable too. If you visit my channel often, then you know that I put a lot of thought and care behind the products that I use in my home. That is especially true when it comes to cleaning products. I don't know if you pay close attention like I do, but recently the EPA banned 2 cancer-causing chemicals that are found in common cleaning products. You can still find them in our products today. And I, for one, do not want to take any chances with that in my home. It is not just me, it is also my little pups, and so I take that very seriously. I actually set out last summer on a journey to really pay attention to the ingredients that were in the products that I used every day or commonly in and around my home. And that's when I found Blueland, and I have been using their products ever since. So I cannot tell you how excited I am to have Blueland as today's video sponsor. It's always exciting and special to me when I've had a brand that I've used and loved for a very long time connect with me here on my channel. I use their toilet bowl cleaner, I use their dishwasher tablets, and I use their hand soaps. All of their products are hypoallergenic and vegan. They come in compostable and recyclable packaging, so no single-use plastics, which I think is really important. I'm a big fan of recyclable and compostable packaging. Their products are people, pet, and plant friendly, and they are sourced with ingredients without parabens, phosphates, ammonias, VOCs, chlorine bleach, or phthalates. I use their toilet bowl cleaner on a weekly basis. It is so incredibly easy to use. You just drop one of the tablets in your toilet, it fizzes, you clean it with your toilet brush, and you're done. You have a nice, fresh, clean toilet. I also love that their hand soaps come in tablet form. You just mix them with warm water. I do have their bottle. All you have to do is add warm water to it, drop the tablet in, and there you go. You've got a great hand soap. I enjoy all of their scents. Every single one that I've tried has been amazing, and so are their price points. April is Earth Month, and to celebrate Earth Month and Blueland's birthday, they are offering us up to 30% off. So I will have a QR code here on the screen for easy shopping. I will also be sure to have their link in the description box below. But if you are looking for products that you can use in your home and feel good about, I definitely think you should give Blueland a try. And happy birthday, Blueland! My next tip is very, very simple, but I think very powerful, and that is to clean as you go. I feel like this is something that seems like a no-brainer to all of us. We think about it all the time, but do we do it? Do we clean as we go along? If I have my morning coffee, after I'm done, I go to the sink, I rinse out my cup, I put it right in the dishwasher. After I make my lunch, I wipe down the countertops in the kitchen. It's small, simple things like that. After I do my makeup, I take a microfiber cloth and I wipe off my vanity, keep it all nice and tidy and clean. I make sure to put things up before I'm done with that task. I don't put it down, I put it away. That is something that's really helped me, especially like getting ready in the mornings, getting dressed. It's so easy and so tempting to try on an outfit, not like it, and just throw that top on a chair, or maybe put it on top of the hamper and think I'll hang it up later. And by the time you've gotten to the end of the week, you have a pile of clothes in the chair. I think as girls, we've always had the chair. You know what I'm talking about? The chair that collects clothes in our room that we pretend doesn't exist. I have eliminated the chair because I do not put it down. I put it away. I once saw someone, and I don't know if it was on YouTube or television because it was a really long time ago, say that it takes just as much energy to put it on a hanger really quickly and put it away as it does to put it down. And I thought, you know what? That's right, because it honestly takes more energy later to go back and put all of that away. Whereas if we just take that one moment, stick it on the hanger, hang it back where it goes, we're done. and we're not thinking about it again, and our space isn't cluttered. Clean as you go. My next tip is something that goes a long way when it comes to having company, and that is to keep your powder room company ready at all times. I think often we forget about our powder rooms because we, as the people that live in the house, may not use that bathroom as often. I know for one, in the past, I've had powder rooms that I don't really focus on, and then someone drops by and you think, oh my goodness, is there toilet paper in there? When was the last time I cleaned the toilet? My biggest tip, and something that has helped me, is to just keep the powder room guest ready at all times. That means making sure it always smells fresh. I use a Pura diffuser in here, and that does the job for me. Making sure there's always a full hand soap on the counter is important, and I like to use disposable napkins in here. I will hang a hand towel in here from time to time, but just to be polite to guests, you know, having a napkin or two that they can just wipe their hands off and throw away, I think is sanitary and appreciated. That also leads me to remind you to always put a trash can in your powder room, in your guest bathroom. I cannot tell you how many times I've been to someone's home and there's no trash can in their powder room, and I know it's just an oversight, but if I wash my hands and they do have napkins or something, or maybe I need to throw something away, I have to bring it out and throw it in their trash, and it's just it's not comfortable for guests. So always be sure to put a trash can in your powder room. Another thing that I like to do in my powder room is put extra toilet paper out and visible just in case. I try to always keep a full roll of toilet paper in here, but I do put a couple of extra just right on the back of that toilet just in case guests don't want to come out and ask you for toilet paper. Those are just little things that go a long way, and if you do them when you don't have people over, you just keep that powder room company ready. You don't have to think about it when surprise guests drop by. Talking about the powder room, I just mentioned my Pura diffuser, which leads me into my next tip, which is always have your home smell clean. Even if it isn't clean, even if maybe you need to clean, I think keeping it smelling clean and fresh is a big deal, especially when we have guests just pop by unannounced like that. It's nice that they walk in and they smell a clean home. I'm very cognizant of this because I do have 4 dogs, and I always want my home to smell fresh and clean. I don't want it to smell like pets live here. Of course, my dogs are all hypoallergenic. They're Yorkies, or they all have some kind of terrier mix in them, so they shed very minimally. Hank doesn't shed at all, neither does Stella or Minky. I mean, they shed, they just shed more like human hair. Buddy is the only one that sheds just a little bit. I'm fortunate I don't really have to deal with dog hair as much as others do with different various breeds, but I still want my home to smell fresh, and I still don't want it to smell like dog or weird food that I cook or anything like that. My favorite thing to use for this are Pura air fresheners. They're plug-ins. I have them all over my home. I actually have one of my Puras right here. I will show you. I turned it off for this video. It's usually running all the time, but my camera will pick up this as background noise, so I turned it off. But this is their newest Pura. This is the one for bigger spaces, and since I have a very open concept down here, I do have this large one in here, but I have the wall plugins basically everywhere else in the house. I have one in my office, I have one in my bathroom, one in the upstairs hallway, one in the powder room like you just saw. So I really love the Puras, and all of the scents are fantastic. My favorite scent from them is the white tea #1. That's the one I have in my home. If you're curious, if you have a Pura, that's what I use the most. But they are safe for pets, and I love that you operate it from an app on your phone. You can set a timer for your Puras to come on at certain times of day. You can have them come on every day. You can have them come on 1 day a week. I always have people coming in and they're like, oh, it smells so good in here. What candle is that? What is that? And I do have a lot of candles around, but often I'm not burning them. It's usually just my Pura. My next tip is to declutter 1 space a month. This is something that I had mentioned I wanted to try to do in my goals list back in January. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it below. And it's something that I have stuck to, and it has just made such a difference for me in my home. This doesn't have to be a big space. Maybe it is just your junk drawer or a closet, but setting a goal to declutter 1 space a month has really just made me feel like I'm on top of the mess and almost like I'm ahead of it. And I feel like by the end of the year, I am going to have a home that is just organized and peaceful and decluttered, and everything's going to have a place. So I have really enjoyed doing this so far this year. I've organized 1 space a month, and it's already made a difference. I definitely suggest that's something you try, especially if organizing your home feels overwhelming. Take it 1 space at a time. This next month of May coming up, set a goal to organize 1 small drawer in your house. I promise it will get you started and it will make you feel good. My next tip is something that once I committed to this, my life at home changed, and that is to have a weekly and daily laundry schedule. Laundry used to pile up for me. I used to ignore it until I could not ignore it anymore. And implementing this system is the only thing that has worked. So I do 1 load of laundry a day and I do a certain type of load each day. So I'll give you an example of this. My Sundays are for linens, that's bedding, towels, dog blankets. Monday I do delicates, so my pajamas or my intimates, things like that. Monday is also the day that I will set aside if I need to go to the dry cleaner. I don't have dry cleaning that often, but when I do, I try to take it on Mondays. I have done this for a couple of years now, and now that I've done it so long, I'm just like automatically know. I washed my delicates today. Oh, I have dry cleaning. Let me take it really quickly. And then the other days a week, I just designate to things like I do darks on one day, I do light colors on another, and I wash whites on another day. I also have a day for denim, and I don't do denim every single week because I don't go through enough to wash a full load of denim, but every 2 to 3 weeks, I'll do a load of denim. And then if I have anything extra like loungewear or workout clothes, which I tend to go through more than other things, I will designate a day for that. So that's kind of how I structure my laundry schedule. It has helped me so much because you would think just one person with 3 dogs would not have so much laundry, and well, you would be wrong. I have a shocking amount of laundry. I don't know where it comes from. It just appears. And the final tip that I will leave you with today is to remember that it does not have to be perfect. You live in this home. This is your space. And what matters the most is that you and your family are comfortable in your home and that you're happy with your space at the end of the day. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves to keep up with the Joneses, as the old phrase goes, and do things because we see people online doing them and we think, oh man, that home is so clean and tidy all the time. The truth is, no one's home is clean and tidy all the time. You see the best of the best online. Of course, I'm going to show up here for you with a clean and tidy home because I'm welcoming you into my home and I want you to feel greeted and comfortable, and I want it to be clean for you. It's not clean all the time. It's not tidy all the time. And I try my best not to put pressure on myself to be perfect all the time, especially in my personal space where I should feel comfortable and at peace. I want you to feel that way in your space too. So please remember, regardless of the clutter or the cleaning that you may need to do, you are doing enough and you're working really hard, and you should be really proud of yourself. And maybe you don't get it done as fast as someone else, or maybe you have a little bit more clutter in the corner of your home than your neighbor does, or whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because you got this and you're going to get through it. Life happens, mess happens, but what matters most is that you create a space that feels good for you, not a space that lives up to some imaginary standard. So let the rhythm that you choose to clean your home with serve you and not stress you out. I hope that these tips have helped a little bit. You'll have to let me know in the comments below what tip you liked the best, or if you have any tips that you want to share with the community, put them in the comments below. I would absolutely love to hear the things that you do in your home that help you stay on top of the mess, help you feel less stressed, and all of that good stuff. This is just the time of year that I always have cleaning and home maintenance on my mind, which I'm sure many of you do too. I think after a long winter and entertaining and not being able to get outside and do things, or putting things off during the holiday season that really needed to be tended to, I always seem to want to focus on what I can do around the house to freshen it up and bring a little more intention into my daily rhythms and my space. So I thought I would start a small series. I'm not sure how many videos this will be. I have about 4 planned. This is the first of 4. I think. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if you like the cleaning videos, but I'm really excited to share what I do around my home to keep it clean and keep it tidy. I feel like there is no perfect way to clean a home. I think it's always specific to our needs, the way we live and our families live in our homes. However, I do feel like I have a good rhythm here and I want to share it just in case can help anyone else out there get their home in shape, in order, and feel a little more tidy and organized. I'm always happy to share more of what you want to see here. So let me know in the comments below. And again, I just want to say thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to hang out with me here on YouTube. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you again very soon in the next video. Until I do, take care, happy cleaning, and happy decorating.